All right, what is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV. We have the TCL Tab 8, and I'm gonna show you the first 20 tips and tricks that you should do with this tablet. First of all, you have this button on the side right here, and it's color white. If you press this, this is what allows you to change between the different screen modes. I can currently tell I'm in the regular mode because it says current mode. If I tap color paper mode and then hit enter down here, in just a few moments it's gonna make a sound, and it's gonna automatically switch to that new color paper mode. So this is great. You're reading a book or something, and you want, maybe there's some pictures or something in it, or you see your cover art right there. You can come in here and read your book very nicely, very easily, or you can tap this and change the mode to ink paper mode. So this will be like just all black and white, and it looks very similar to when you're just reading a book. But ultimately, it's very nice because it's a kind of an anti-reflective display, and it allows you to read it, and you can use your tablet this way as well. You'll probably get a little bit better battery life. Great way to read books, newspapers, things like that. So when you're ready and you're done, just tap that button, go back to regular mode if you want, enter mode, and again, after a few seconds, it'll go back to that nice color normal display. A quick and easy way to move apps around or uninstall apps on your home screen is to press in a blank spot, go into Home Editor, and you can literally just tap on a bunch of these apps. You can group them into a folder if you want, or remove them. These apps I can't get rid of, so that's why it doesn't say I can remove them. But if I tapped these up here, again, I can put them in a folder really quickly, or I can uninstall them or remove them. You can see that all at the top right there. And that's just on your home screen that you can do that quickly, because if you go to your apps at the bottom here, you can't really necessarily do that. What you can do on here, though, is if you press this, you can arrange your apps by name or installation. I would keep it at name. It should be on name by default, but if it's not, just tap name. That way it's in alphabetical order, A to Z. But if you do press some of these, let's see, I'll just do this one for instance. I can uninstall it, I can turn it into a widget, I can share it, or I can go to app info. In app info in here though, I can, again, uninstall it, open it. Sometimes you can force stop it if the app's already open and you're having trouble with it. The next thing you should definitely do is go into your Google Play Store and download any app updates that you have. So just tap your name in the top right, go into manage apps and devices, and see if you have any updates right here. If you do, just tap on download and it will download the apps for you. Next, swipe down so you can see all of your quick toggles. And if you want, you can rearrange these. Hit the pencil right here and you can drag these to where you want. Like if you want, let's say you want your wallet up here, you can bring it to anywhere you want and just let go when you're done. If you want to remove one of these, like maybe you don't want data savers, you can drag that down to here and it will be gone from there. What else might I want? I might want one of these, maybe song search, maybe bedtime mode, so kind of reduce stuff. And then when you're done, just hit the edit button to go back. And now you can see those apps here. So I have bedtime mode, I can tap that and it'll turn on do not disturb. I can hit next and set this up if I want. What else did I add? Song search, I can tap that and it will listen for a song to see if there's a song playing and tell me what the song name is. So you can do that with any of these quick toggles, rearrange them as you see fit just by hitting that pencil. And I like these to be, mobile data is not that important to me. Being up top there, that would be my most important, would be my Wi-Fi, my mute, and the brightness. Those are definitely the most important for me. And you can just tap in here. Well, let me get out of here. When you go back, you can arrange your brightness that way if you want, turn on mute, all that stuff. So pretty cool, the searches right there. While you're in here, you can see also, can go into settings. So I'll just go like this real quick. You can bring down your settings real quick by hitting that gear. That'll bring you into settings, which we'll go through in a moment. Swiping down also, you can tap this, and this brings you and gives you your notification history if you have it turned on. So I would recommend turning on notification history. That's another thing I would definitely do. So now any notifications you get, however you wipe them away or you missed it, you can come in here and you can view what it was so you don't always forget or lose out on what you had there. Then you have this button right here, which will allow you to power off or restart or turn your tablet into airplane mode if you're flying on an airplane. Let's go into settings next. Let's go into Wi-Fi and Wi-Fi is off just because I had it off. But if you go into Wi-Fi preferences, and I turn this one off all the time, notify for public networks. You don't need to know if there's a free open Wi-Fi network. Sometimes those are scams, or people can steal your data, especially if you're not using a VPN. So I would personally turn that off. Going back to the main screen of settings, go to connections. And if you go down here, you can go into quick share. And I would definitely use quick share because it's an easy way to share files and stuff like that. Who can share with you? I would honestly turn this on to everyone, but if you're concerned, keep it at contacts. But for me, I'm not concerned about that. And it's just going to allow people to send me a file, and I could still deny it or accept it as I see fit. But it makes it easier. So if someone's not in your contacts and they want to send you a file and you know them, they can still do that. Going back to the main screen of settings, home screen and lock screen. This is where you can change your wallpaper. So if there's a different wallpaper you want to choose, have it be a photo or something you recently used, you can come in here. But basically just choose the wallpaper that you want. Let's just say you wanted this one. Come in here, hit apply, and it will do it for you and give you the wallpaper that you wish to have. You can also change your system colors a little bit so that you have more of a theme going on here. You can have it match your wallpapers. Or just have it a little bit different than that. Maybe you want it to be this kind of nice purple. I'm going to hit apply. And now my colors, including these, are now that color. So it's kind of nice as well to see that on that home and lock screen. Back to the settings, go into NXTPAPER mode. You can see right here, this is where you can choose your different modes. You can also do it by pressing this button. But also within here, you can see you have NXTPAPER mode switch sound. So if you don't want to hear that bling anytime it switches this, turn it off right there. You also have the NXTPAPER key light. So you can see, you can define shortcut keys to quickly open functions and facilitate operations. So single press on this button right here, the one with the white, right there, will open up my NXTPAPER mode. I can turn that on and off. I can double press it to open my camera. I can long press it to switch the modes between color paper and regular mode, and I have a breathing light as well. Next would be display under settings. If we come in here, we can change the brightness. We can turn on adaptive brightness. And that's probably what I would keep it up, but for the video, I'm keeping it on manual. But basically, if you have it on this, the darker the room is, the darker the screen will be. If you're in a really bright area, it'll be really bright. I like dark mode, but you can set it to light mode. But you can also do an automatic schedule, which I would recommend if you don't always want dark mode. Turn this on, and from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m., you will have your light mode. And then once it turns 10 p.m., it'll turn dark until 7 a.m. and then it'll turn the light back on if you do that automatic schedule. Also under display, if you go down a little bit, you can see color mode and temperature. I like vivid. I can't remember if it was on that automatically, but I would definitely choose vivid. So you get like really beautiful, bright colors on your screen. But if you don't want that, you can choose the natural or one of the other ones. Sleep, 2 minutes is great so your screen doesn't turn off too quickly. So definitely switch it to 2 minutes. Refresh rate, I set it to 90. You can set it to, it's by default set to smart, but I always want it to be like super smooth feeling, so I set it to 90. But if you want the best battery life, set that baby to 60. High brightness mode, I have that turned on, so it increases readability under sunlight, so your screen will get as bright as it can. You got your status bar down here, and you can see you got battery percentage at the top there. You can change how it is. You can not show the battery percentage, or you can have it inside the battery icon if you want. I actually like the way it is right here next to it, so it's easier to read. Go back a step here, and we're gonna go into sounds and vibrations. This is where you can control your volumes and stuff like that. You also have your notification volume. Just drag that to the left or to the right for mute. You got your media volume. I have it set to 200%. You have your sound booster. When enabled, you can press the volume key at full power or full enter volume mode. This mode may increase power usage so you can get more sound out of it. This is where you also can change your ringtones and your alarm tones. Just tap on this. You can hear what it is. Though I can't hear it because I think I have my notifications off. Let me turn that up. Okay. Nope, still nothing. Regardless, it'll give you your notification sounds on there. You can also change your ringtone, your alarm ringtone. You probably don't need that. Do not disturb. I'll have more sound settings. Oh yeah, this is a good one. I actually don't like hearing my touch sound, so I turn those off. Screen locking sound, same thing, I turn it off. You can leave it on if you want. NXTPAPER mode switch, that's where, again, if you switch it here, you can turn that on and off. Wireless emergency alerts. If you don't need or want any of these alerts to pop up on, just turn them off right there. Otherwise, if you want more, you can get the test I don't think you need anyway, but if you want them, you can have that so it will bleep your phone. You can turn off any of these or all of these, however you see fit. Again, these are wireless emergency alerts. Going back to the main screen of settings, you then have your notifications. And on notifications, you can have it so that you can have your manage app notifications, and you can basically get notifications from anything and everything right here really quickly. We can go to the app individually, but this is probably a quicker way. So if you're getting notifications from an app that you don't want, just come in here and turn it on or off however you want. That way it doesn't bug you, or maybe you do want it to bug you. And you can come in here. Again, this means it's on, this means it's off. Next would be Smart Manager. And you can come in here and clean stuff up if you want. If you have duplicate files or unused apps or something, you can just come in here, clean it up, and like it's for your storage basically. So it'll clean out some of that storage. Come in here and look at your battery life, and you can if you want to turn on super saving mode for your battery to get much better battery life, but your device will be slower and stuff like that. You can look at your battery health and turn on protection. So this might be good for you. So charging for a long period of time causing damage to the life, turning on battery protection mode have slightly less of effect on it for duration, but I keep it off. But again, if you want that to be on, it'll help potentially save the long life of your battery. More battery settings, it's just more of the battery mode. So you can stay connected to Wi-Fi or cellular while you sleep if you want, or turn it off. Power saving modes, you can set a schedule for this if you want it to, or based on your percentage, turn on your battery power saving modes. Again, I don't really mess with any of that stuff, but if you want to, that's exactly where it is. Then we got, going back here, and in this Smart Manager, you also can clear up apps and stuff like that, see how much of the RAM is being used if you want. You can also turn off RAM expansion, which basically is using your internal storage of your device to give you more RAM so that you potentially get more better performance. And you just turn it off right there. Going back to the main screen of settings, storage, you probably don't need to come in here, but if you do, you can see what's eating up all your storage. You can see these are all the things I'm using currently, running Android 15. Apps, same thing. This is going to be if you just want to go into an app, or if you want to set your default apps. Maybe you want a different browser, your Firefox or something. You can tap on this and tap on whatever different browser app you have. Same thing with your digital assistant. If you use a different digital assistant, you can choose it from right here, or a different launcher or SMS app. Main screen of settings, advanced features. So we already went through that. Quick gestures. So you can do a 3-finger screenshot to take so you swipe down basically, and it takes a screenshot. Very cool. Double tap anywhere on the screen to wake up the device. So if the device is off, let's turn the power off here. I can double tap the screen and it will turn on for me. Very, very nicely, like that. Great little feature for the quick gestures. Power key. So I have it so that to quickly open the camera, press the power button twice. I can just double press that power button twice. Where is it? Right there. And it'll open up the camera. Or I can long press it to access my digital assistant, like Gemini or something like that. Or you can change it to your power menu so that your power menu comes up. It's up to you. So you have the option on that. Back of the main screen of settings, go to security and privacy, device unlock. You have your screen lock, so you can change that right here. Face unlock, I would definitely add your face in here if you haven't already. I'll just put my code in real quick. And you can add or remove a face. I already have one, so that's why it's saying I can't add another one. But this will unlock with my thing. Stay on lock screen after unlocking, so I'm gonna turn that off so that when it does unlock, it's gonna go right past my lock screen. And I'll show you right here. I'm gonna turn this off and then I'm gonna double tap and it goes right past it for me so I don't have to deal with it. Going back to the main screen of settings, then you have your system updates. Come in here and you can check, see if you have an update on your tablet to download and install. And it might not always tell you when there's an update, but if you're up to date, it'll just say right there. Going back to main screen of settings, go to system this time. System navigation, I have gestures turned on, but if you like the buttons, tap that and you have your buttons back, and you can even change the layout of the buttons if you want. So if you like the back button on the right, which I would recommend, you can have it. Otherwise it sets it to default like this, but I would definitely do it like this if I was gonna do it, but I personally like the gestures. Now, what if you want to multitask? All you're gonna do is swipe up or hit your three dots, right? Three lines if you have the buttons on. And not all apps are gonna be able to multitask, so we'll just find one here. I'm pretty sure settings does, so we'll just press the downward arrow next to it, go to split screen, and then choose another app that we have here. Maybe we'll do the Kindle, and I can read a book, and if it opens up, I can read a book and do this together. And you can even turn your screen so that you can do both, and maybe it's a little bit easier. You could have YouTube open. You can drag this if you want. Well, it dragged it away. Let's drag this up a little bit. We'll put this back into split screen. And we will, we'll just choose an app here. We'll just choose this one again. So you can make this a little bit bigger if you want. If you make it too big, it's gonna completely close the window. And you can do that like this too if you want. If you want to make this one, taller or something, you can do that as well. So there you guys go. That is a bunch of stuff you can do on the TCL Tab 8. I would definitely recommend checking this out. It's linked down below if you want to pick one up. It's available at Verizon right now. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you guys down the road. Peace.